So in this sector, actually, from a business standpoint, also every second matters.
So we almost operate equal to a small finance bank. Main expectation from our customers are we need to serve them quickly. eSign from SignDesk, we managed to address that particular part, and that also helped to reduce our customer servicing time window. In current era, you cannot avoid AI. Whoever avoids AI, they will become obsolete any time. We are also adopting AI. We are taking a cautious approach.
Did you see any apprehension from the customers towards the digital route?
Belstar company assures the authenticity of the signing process. Customers, they accepted.
Welcome to the podcast where we have been capturing stories of NBFCs across India and the impact that they've been making on the ground level through digital transformation as well. Today, I have Mr. Dhanasekaran from Belstar, which is a subsidiary of Muthoot Finance. Mr. Dhanasekaran, really nice to have you with us here today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure connecting.
Thank you. So, Mr. Dhanasekaran, could you just talk to the viewers about what Belstar is into and what is your role in Belstar?
Okay. Belstar, it's a microfinance company and it's one of the top MFI in India. So we used to serve underbanked women folks, especially from rural areas. And currently we are serving 18 states across pan-India. We have a customers exceeding 30 million.
Wow, that is huge.
We operate across 18 states in India with more than 3 million customers. And most of our customers are part of the self-help group or joint liability group. And they are primarily based out of tier 4 or 5 kind of rural areas. And I am Dhanasekaran, and I am the Chief Technology Officer in Belstar, handling the IT as well as digital transformation and IT governance.
Okay. So 3 million is a huge number, and especially you're talking from tier 4 and tier 5 kind of places, right? So what drives the commitment for Belstar to empower women and the undeserved communities across those tier 4 and tier 5 cities in India?
Our managing director, Dr. Kalpana Shankar, it is her NDA to serve women uplifting, and then she dedicated her career especially on the women empowerment and then uplifting women from poverty. So as part of that, we are as a Belstar Microfinance also, we focus more on these directions, and we help the woman to run a small business or otherwise kind of meeting their emergency funds requirement, all those kind of things. So we serve them when they need a financial assistance, and primarily we provide the financial inclusion for the women folks across pan-India.
Okay. So how has Belstar evolved? You said now you're across 18 cities where you're serving, right? So how has Belstar evolved its approach to financial inclusion while you're ensuring that the core values around trust and dignity remain very intact in the organization?
Yes, we started our operations in Tamil Nadu, and we gradually expanded our presence in other states also. When we see women, especially from the rural areas, they have certain kind of a skill set, but they are struggling to do a revenue generation activity. That's where we see, it is our responsibility to help those kind of women folks to do some meaningful revenue generation, and in turn lifting their entire family out of their poverty. So it is one of our mottos, and we work towards that.
Okay, nice. So in this sector, actually, from a business standpoint, also every second matters. So how have you managed to scale this business with speed while maintaining that personalized connect to the end customers? Because in those places, I think that relationship matters more.
Yes, microfinance is primarily it's a voluminous business. So even though we are a NBFC MFI, our transactions volumes are very huge. So we almost operate equal to a small finance bank. So in terms of handling the customers, monthly transactions and then daily transactions, its volumes are huge. When customer steps into our branch across any state, and they expect kind of a quicker turnaround time, because most of them they are daily wages, or otherwise
Yes.
they may be running a small business. So visiting a branch is always, it's kind of a revenue loss for them. So the one of the main expectation from our customers are, we need to serve them quickly and then so that they can go back to their day-to-day work. So that is one of the primary motto. Hence we 100% digitized our entire operation, starting from onboarding a customer and doing a disbursement fund transfer. Everything is 100% digital. And till last year, only one missing part was the document execution, because as a part of the lending process, we have to give the loan document to the customers and then it must be executed by our customers with signature. So that process, it consumed some time, especially for the customers. Also it had one problem for us, because we need to store those executed documents to meet the RBI's document retention period. So it was one of the challenging aspect. But last year, with adoption of eSign from SignDesk, we managed to address that particular part, and that also helped to reduce our customer servicing time window when the customers were in our branches.
Okay. So as a CTO, I'm sure your charter is to lay the roadmap from a technology standpoint of, what all can be digitized and at what stages. So how did you go about that entire process? What kind of challenges you encountered in that journey?
A digitization perspective, if we look at the document printing, so first we need to print the document. That again cost money, and it's again we need to use the paper. That again impact the environment. Not only that, the document must be executed, because our loan document, it almost 13 to 15 pages. So the customer has to sign in each and every pages, along with countersigning by our branch officials. Not only that, one copy must be given to the customer, the another copy must be kept by us, and it must be securely stored for the to meet the regulatory retention period. And in future, if any references need to be made with those documents, again we need to retrieve. So we need to have a secured document storage area to store these documents, and then we need to have a process to retrieve the documents in future when any need arises. So it was a enormous manual task. We put up a lot of SOPs to ensure the documentation was done on time, storing is happening properly, and then retrieval is happening properly. Those standards are met, and then again we need to do a periodic audit to ensure that all the pages of the document were executed properly, because when a human involves 13 pages document signed by two parties, customer and then branch, so which is almost 26 signatures, 13 pages. So we need to set up a process to ensure all those signatures are in place.
Correct.
So it's a human intensive activity. We spend lot of man hours and effort in ensuring the correctness of the data and documents, and then storage and retrieval. It costs money also. So we come up with the alternate options where we can able to digitize the entire documentation process, including the signing, so that that process will automatically ensure the signature on each and every page, and then that enables the secure safekeeping of those documents. And since it's a digital format, retrieval is very easy. This arrangement allows us to safekeep those documents even beyond the retention period, and that enables us in cutting down lot of man efforts which is required to man this entire process. Also gave the benefit to our customers, so that they can walk in, come with their Aadhaar card, do a e-sign, and then they can get a copy of their digitally signed document. And we also can able to safekeep the document. So it cut down the entire signing process, as well as that increased the user experience. So really this process helped us in our journey.
Okay, that's interesting. But when we look at, say, tier 4 or tier 5 kind of places, did you see any apprehension from the customers towards the digital route? Because they may be more used to, paper, pen kind of a mode. So did you encounter any challenges on that front from an adoption standpoint from those customers?
Yes, adoption standpoint, yeah, some kind of customers they were not comfortable with this kind of e-signing process, but that is where our customer connect helps, because we are operating in those locations, and then so when Belstar company assures the authenticity of the signing process, customers they accepted, and then they were quickly onboarded with us.
Okay. So SignDesk has been a key partner with Belstar in this entire journey.
That's right.
Right. So could you share some insights on how has this journey progressed and what some impact that's happened for you on ground as well from the overall customer experience standpoint? Maybe some insights on that.
So when we decided to move on to e-sign process, we evaluated couple of partners. We had some kind of a strict or stringent requirement expectation from our partners. So one of the thing is the partner should be able to handle larger volume of transactions, because our volumes are huge. And then it should be almost a real time. And another challenge is, since our originations of e-sign happens from tier 4 or 5 locations, the connectivity it can interrupt, can happen. The partners services should be able to work with minimum or otherwise poor network connectivity areas also. So that also another requirement. And one of our key requirement was the tech support, because tech support is one of the critical aspects, because when a customer walks into our office and when they do a e-sign, because it does a handshake across multiple platforms, so there is a possibility there can be some technical glitches can happen, and we expect our partner to be available immediately to resolve those kind of technical glitches and provide a seamless support or experience to our customer. So we found SignDesk ticked in all the boxes, and we onboarded SignDesk to provide this e-sign process for Belstar. And so far they are doing a good job, and their tech support is excellent, and we are happy with them.
Nice to hear that, sir. So could you share any specific customer story where this speed and the data security aspect also, because when you're moving everything online, so how has that been enabled by SignDesk, and it's made a difference for you as an organization, and probably a comfort for the end customer also, that what I'm signed up is also safe?
Yes, data privacy and then security is one of the key aspect when we are digitizing all the process. Currently, people's exposure to online world, and these kind of e-sign or otherwise author validated services our customers are availing in multiple places. Even for example, you can withdraw money based on the author authentication. So some kind of familiarizations our customers are having. So we banked on that kind of familiarizations, and then provide a more kind of a secured environment to store our digitally signed document with us, and to support those, and we invest heavily in IT and cyber security aspects with proper monitoring, 24/7 monitoring all are happening. With the Belstar brand, people are very confident and associated with us in our journey.
That's nice. We are also seeing that AI is coming a lot into a lot of these digital transformation aspects as well. So at SignDesk also, the world's first collaborative intelligence platform which uses AI to make entire processes more efficient and remove more bottlenecks and give you additional insights as well. So what do you see the role of AI in digital transformation in your sector moving forward?
In current era, you cannot avoid AI. So if you avoid AI meanings, probably whoever avoids AI, they will become obsolete any time. So it's just only matter of time. We are also adopting AI, but we are taking a cautious approach. We are not blindly adopting AI in all aspects. So we are carefully evaluating our applicable use cases, whatever the areas we can adopt AI. And currently we adopted AI in IT and cyber security aspects, and some of the data analyticals and predictions we have started adopting in AIs. So gradually we expect our use cases will increase, and then the scope we can increase it.
Okay. And my last question, sir, is for a lot of the other NBFCs who are out there who are still contemplating whether they should go digital or continue with the physical process. With your experience having worked with SignDesk now, what advice would you like to give to them?
Digitization is the future, because nowadays with UPA, I can spend any number of days without touching a physical currency.
Correct.
So we are living in this kind of a world and in this kind of a era. So in that time, why do we need to do a wet sign?
Yeah.
Why not you go for a eSign? And then eSign based on the author is always safe, and then it's a legally valid also.
Yeah.
And that provides various kind of convenience and then benefits to the organization as well as the customer. For example, if you give a physical documentation, even storage is a challenge for both customer as well as the organizations, because as an organization you may have a SOPs to store and retrieve, but for customer they may not have that kind of a structured or organized working patterns. Keep the document misplaced, retrieval could be a difficult. But if you are adopting a e-sign, the signed document you will get it in the email. You can retrieve the document anytime. So it will be safely stored with you, and same applicable for the organizations like us. So we can store the digitally signed documents in our secured environment, and then we can retain it for any number of years, and retrieval also, it's very easy.
So thank you a lot for sharing your insights, and really nice to see the kind of impact that Belstar is making on ground for women entrepreneurs. And I'm glad that SignDesk is playing a small role in enabling Belstar to do that. Thank you once again for sharing your insights with us.
Thank you. It's pleasure working with the SignDesk and the tech team.
Thank you. So there you heard another inspiring story of Belstar and the impact that they're making on the ground. Stay tuned for more such stories. This is your host, Karthik Nagendra, signing off. Thank you.